It was January 20th, a cold yet lively morning in Washington, D.C. The air was buzzing with anticipation as Donald J. Trump, newly inaugurated for a second term, prepared to enter the Oval Office once again. The crowds that had gathered to witness his return were electric, a sea of flags and cheers echoing down the National Mall. Trump's second inauguration speech had been fiery, filled with promises of action and determination to fulfill his unfinished business. While the ceremony continued behind closed doors, his senior aides were already finalizing details for what would become the first executive order of his second term, one that he had teased during his campaign but kept tightly under wraps. As soon as the inaugural festivities concluded, Trump made his way back to the White House. Cameras flashed as he entered the Oval Office, the iconic resolute desk standing as a symbol of power and responsibility. His senior advisor leaned in, handing him a folder stamped with the presidential seal. "This is it," Trump said, flipping through the pages. He glanced at the assembled press, his signature smirk appearing as he declared, "We're about to make America even greater again." The room fell silent as he picked up a pen and signed the order. The ink barely dried before he stood to address the nation. The executive order. Trump's first executive order was bold and unexpected, aimed at what he called restoring fairness and greatness to the American economic system. Officially titled the American Manufacturing Revival Act, the order mandated significant tax incentives for companies that relocated their manufacturing operations back to the United States. It also imposed stiff penalties on corporations outsourcing critical industries, from pharmaceuticals to technology. Standing at the podium later that evening, Trump explained the rationale behind his move. For too long, American workers have been forgotten. Jobs shipped overseas, our factories shuttered, and what did we get? Cheap stuff and empty towns. Not anymore. Today, we're bringing jobs back to where they belong, right here on American soil. His words were met with both applause and skepticism. Supporters lauded the move as a necessary step to rebuild America's industrial heartland. Critics, however, warned of potential retaliation from global trading partners and disruptions to supply chains. Immediate reactions. The morning after the announcement, news networks were ablaze with debates. Wall Street saw a mixed reaction. Stocks in domestic manufacturing surged, while companies heavily relying on overseas operations faced steep declines. In Michigan, a group of factory workers gathered around a TV during their lunch break, cheering as they watched Trump's speech on repeat. One worker, a father of three who had been laid off the previous year, told a reporter, "This might be what saves my family. If those factories come back, so does hope." However, on the other side of the country in Silicon Valley, tech executives were less optimistic. "This could disrupt our entire production model," said one CEO. "We can't just relocate overnight. It's more complicated than that." Global ripples. International leaders reacted swiftly. While allies like the United Kingdom issued cautious statements of cooperation, others, like China, responded sharply. Beijing announced tariffs on key American exports, signaling the beginning of what some analysts dubbed Trade War 2.0. Despite the brewing tensions, Trump doubled down. At a rally in Ohio just days later, he proclaimed, "We're not backing down. America will no longer be pushed around. They need us more than we need them." Unexpected consequences. Within weeks, some surprising effects began to emerge. Small towns in states like Pennsylvania and Indiana reported new interest from companies exploring the possibility of reopening shuttered facilities. Local governments scrambled to provide incentives to attract the returning industries. Meanwhile, in Congress, Trump's executive order ignited fierce debate. Some lawmakers, even within his party, pushed back, calling for adjustments to avoid potential harm to small businesses caught in the crossfire. Still, Trump remained steadfast, using his favorite platform, Twitter, to defend his decision. Fake news won't tell you this, but the American people love this order. Jobs are already coming back. Biggest comeback ever. The legacy begins. As the months unfolded, the American Manufacturing Revival Act continued to dominate headlines. Whether it would achieve Trump's vision of restoring American industrial dominance remained to be seen. But one thing was certain. His first move in his second term had sent a clear message. Donald Trump was determined to leave a lasting mark. Back in the Oval Office, as Trump sat reviewing updates on the order's impact, he leaned back and smiled. "This he said to his advisor, is just the beginning. And so began the second chapter of Donald Trump's presidency, a term that promised to be as controversial, ambitious, and unpredictable as the first.
Please like, comment, and share this video. Don't forget to click the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Your support means the world to us. Thank you.